Hey, what up guys? It's your game review hobbyist back at it again with another video. This time I wanted to talk to you guys about the EON MK II. This is actually the HDMI adapter for your GameCube, your Nintendo GameCube. I don't see many videos online about how to update the firmware on here, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably want to know how to do that. So here's a really quick video. Well, it probably won't be that quick, but here's an explanation of how to do it. So, like, I don't know if anybody went and bought this when it kind of first came out. I think I got this like in 2017. This the EON MK II, and there's been a couple of revisions. I think this has it had the original custom firmware. That's what it was called, the original firmware that when I first purchased it. And I think that the highest firmware nowadays is like firmware 3E. But the only way to update that is like you have to do some modification, and that's what I had to do with this one. So if you wanted to update it, you have to follow these steps that I did. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy some extraordinary amount of stuff outside just to update this little adapter. But this video hopefully helps out. If you happen to brick it or anything like that, I mean, I can't be liable for that. I'm sorry if that happens to you, but this is the best that I could do because I don't really see that many videos on YouTube that shows how to do it. So anyways, let's get to it. Yeah, so this has two screws in the back. Now over here on the top right corner, there was a sticker that said QC, quality control, what have you. So, I mean, this is an old device I've had for quite some time, so I don't really care. I did already update it just to try it out. Hopefully it focuses on there. And yeah, you need a tri-way screwdriver, but I have one, but I was too lazy to get one, so I got a flat one, flathead screwdriver. I don't really care. That's just a little video how to do this. All you gotta do is like take off these screws over here. They come right off. It's metal and plastic, and then you got these like two tabs on the side. I don't know if you can see it really clearly. There's like a tab right there. And then there's another tab right there. Usually I just start finicking with one side. It'll start popping up. You kind of press down. I know you use plastic flathead screwdriver to get this off. Hopefully I can get this off on camera. I might have to pause a minute and take it off. It's kind of finicky. Will it come out? Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, there you have it. Yeah, it took me a couple of seconds to get this off camera. I had the camera in front of me, and it's easier with two hands, but, especially when it's closer by. But anyways, here's the board. I'll post some pictures, because I also did pictures. I tried to monitor what I was doing, taking pictures and information. You don't really get that much information about these boards online and how to update them. So yeah, you'll see over here, there's some pins on this side over here. When I originally got it, and hopefully I remember to post a picture of it, but when you originally got this, these pins didn't come with it. It was just like a bunch of holes over here. But where I got these little pins from was actually I bought this thing right here. This little it's a little USB device. This little USB device right here is you're able to program some stuff and transfer it with this cable. Now all this stuff was separate alongside with this. And the ribbon cables I got, they sell on Amazon. I think it was like $6 when I got them. They come in like a packet like this. And I just tore off, I believe, 6 of them. Yeah, and then they got like, let me see. They got like little male ends over here. You plug into this device, which is just like, is a release latch right there. And then they come out loose. And there's like specific holes you have to go into. But anyways, and then you're like, now it's tight once you put the latch down. But yeah, just get one of these. They got a female end on the other end right here. Yeah, get like a little strip of that. And then get this little device. I'm actually going to take this off right here. There we go. Yeah, it comes like that. And it came with these little pins right here that I just went ahead and soldered onto the bottom. Oh, no. And then what happens is that you actually have to, there's a specific row or connections you have to line up with these cable pins that you line up right here. So then you put the female end into this end, and then you put the male end into these. Like I said, hopefully I still have the pictures and I'll post them. And put them up, but this is just an example. Just lock some of these down. Yeah, and you get like the colors that you correspond to what you plugged into. I know there's like ground, and then there's like 3 volts, 3.3 volts, and there's like other things that I'll read. But you know, long story short, it just hooks up like this. You know, you just plug them in. They hook up like that to the corresponding holes that you need over here. Yeah, that's about it. And you need to prep it up in order to actually update this device right here. And I am going to show you what software to use. Hopefully, I also remember to put the link where the software I got of this device right here, this little USB programming device. And I'll put hopefully also the link on Amazon where I bought it. I know you can buy this like cheaper on eBay or whatever, but I wanted to get it right now. So 2-day shipping, why not? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And yeah, I'll show you how the software updated. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, everybody, we're over here at the software portion of the video. I have to inform you guys that I actually forgot to mention that you need to solder something on the EON MK II. I'll post some pictures of where you need to solder, but there's 2 points on the EON MK II that are called the JP1. You need to solder these 2 points. It's your read and write access. If you don't do that, what will happen is that once you plug in the EON MK II through your USB and you open the application that we're about to use, it'll say item not detected or item not found or won't register or what have you. It'll say unknown, something like that. So it's crucial that you go ahead and solder that point right there. Those 2, it's like little small metal pads. You gotta just solder a little bit of dab. That's all you need to do. And then once you go ahead and do that, you need to go to your program, and I'll go ahead and put in the bottom of the description. I'll put the links what you need to download. You need 2 things. You need the software that'll read the MK2 through your USB, and you also need the firmware that we're going to go ahead and install. The software we're using is called the CH341A Mini Programmer Black Edition, and the firmware we're going to go ahead and install right now is the MK2 3.0C. There's also a newer version than that. It's the 3.0E. But the reason why I'm installing the 3.0C right now is because I also want to showcase how to install through an SD card. If you have a modded GameCube that reads SD cards through Swiss, you can go ahead and install through there. Some people might have a 3.0, like a lower version, 3.0A, 3.0B, and they want to go to 3.0E. And what you don't have to even go through this process of opening it up and soldering points. All you have to do is put it through an SD card and put the file in, and you're done. But for those who have lower versions of the firmware like I did, I have like 2.0 custom, you can't do that unless you're 3.0 or higher. So you could be 3.0C and you can still do it, but if you have 2.0 custom firmware, it won't work. There's no way, there's no option. I'll show a video of what I meant by that. But anyways, what you need to do is once you have this hooked up, you need to open the folder up. And with a 64-bit computer, Windows 10, double click where it says driver setup 64, click yes. As you can see right here, it says install, uninstall. What you're going to do is I'm going to click on uninstall to show you there's no devices found because we haven't installed this. So we're going to go ahead and install it. Click install. Driver install success, and close this. Once you're done with it, you go back to driver setup and uninstall it so it's not eating up your memory on your hard drive. Anyways, you go to application right over here, the CH341A, double click it, boom, it popped up. Don't mess with anything over here. It says type, I believe it says menu and then name. Don't mess with any of that. Don't deal with that. Once you have it hooked up to your USB, just press detect. Boom. It pops up all the information over here. Now, what you want to do is you want to press read. Once you press read, there's a little indicator bar on the bottom over here, 100%. Boom! It shows you what's on your EON MK II at this moment. It's showing you what's on there. I have already installed the 3.0E, so I'm not going to go ahead and install anything on here. But what you want to do is like, oh, if you happen to be nervous or worried that you might brick your EON MK II and you want like to keep the old firmware, you can go ahead and do that. You can just press save and then you save it on your desktop or wherever you want to save it at, and you rename the file to your liking, and then you put it on your desktop and boom, you have your old file. It's going to be a .bin file, which is what you want. You want a .bin file. So right over here in the far left corner, it says old custom MK2 file. That's my old custom that originally came with the MK2 that I first purchased. Anyways, so what you're going to do is if you're going to go ahead and install the new software, you're going to go ahead and press erase on here, and it'll completely erase all of this information that you have. It'll erase everything on here, and then you're going to go ahead and open and find the new file that you want to go ahead and install. So what you do is, I mean, you can go on your desktop and find it, but what I do is I grab the file I want to install in my MK2, my EON MK2. Boom, it pops up. You double click it, and it'll repopulate all this numbers over here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna press program, and it'll reprogram the MK2 with the brand new firmware that you just installed. Once it does that, you can go ahead and press verify to double check if it still works. And that's really it. I mean, there's nothing else special about it. I'm going to exit out of this. So yeah, I'm going to plug in the EON MK2 to show you what will happen if you want to do, like through an SD card, if you have 3.0 A, B, something lower than 3.0 E. So yeah, just stay tuned for that video. It's going to pop up right now. Okay, so before you guys go ahead and try to test this out, you have to remember that you have to desolder the JP1, as you can see right here, if you can, by my thumb. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. Yeah, this little JP1, read and write, you have to desolder that. I like to use a little pen, little soldering pen and wick, and just like desolder this. There you go. That's all you gotta do. Just make sure that's clean. Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and install it, or not install it, but like place it into the GameCube. Where I use my GameCube, and all you really have to do is just go ahead and plug it into the back. Don't worry about like putting the shell on just yet, because I mean it may not work. So you have to make sure everything's tested before you put the shell on. It's kind of tedious, but I mean it usually does work. I haven't had any complications. The only thing I've had a complication before was not desoldering that JP1 bridge, because I plugged it in one time and it just gave me a black screen. I'm like, uh-oh, I bricked it. No, it's just I forgot to desolder that. So remember, take off a wick, yeah, take a wick out, desolder it, and yeah, you're good. All right. So this is a video of me showcasing my EON MK2 prior to updating it with the USB and the ribbon cable. I'm trying to update it, as you can see, through 3.0C on my modded GameCube. You can't update it via SD card unless you have 3.0 or 3.0 or higher. You have to use something like 3.0 A, B, C, D, E. You can't update it. Right here, I'm trying to use the IR remote to get this hidden controller or setting feature menu. You have to click on the button on the back of the EON MK2 to pop that up. And as I go to About, it shows right here what firmware I have. I have something called EON MK2 Custom. Doesn't give me the option to update when you have the 3.0 version or higher, any firmware 3.0 or higher. You can update it, but as you can see, I couldn't. I wasn't able to. So after I went ahead and hooked up the EON MK2 via USB and used the software that I just showed in this video, I just put in 3.0C to see if it would work, and it does work. And then I go ahead and update it via SD card through the Swiss to do 3.0E. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and show that video of me updating the firmware via SD card through Swiss on the modded GameCube. Now you don't have to do this option. You could have just followed my whole step, and instead of installing 3.0C, you can put the latest firmware you want. It doesn't matter. But I just wanted to make this extra part of the video in case for some reason someone has a EON MK II with like firmware 3.0 A, B, C, or D, and they don't have, or E, could be E because of the time of this video, the most latest firmware is E, and maybe they come out with, you know, version 3.0 F or 4.0, you know, who knows. So if that person doesn't happen to have, you know, the capability of soldering, opening it up, and buying all these ribbons, and they already have a 3.0 or higher firmware, they can, and if they have a modded GameCube that reads SD cards off of you know, a motherboard, then they can go ahead and update the MK2 via SD card. There's a little extra portion. Hopefully you guys stick to the end and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna switch to the update of the 3.0E. Hey, I just want to go ahead and clarify what was I talking about when you're trying to do the 3.0E update via SD card. Basically, what you're gonna do is you have a modded GameCube. As you can see, my CD drive is not a regular CD drive. It's the GC loader I installed a while back. And you can use the, I think it's an Action Replay memory card to SD card loader. And what you're going to use is this, you're going to use a memory card that's not, I think it's a SDHC or whatever. It's something small. They say use 2 gigabytes. I used the 4 gigabyte one. It worked. And if you installed Swiss before, you understand that you have to like get a Swiss boot file and put in your SD card, rename it boot, and then just drag and drop the .dol version of the 3.0E or whatever latest firmware you want to update to the MK2 onto that memory card, which is this memory card right here, and then you just plug it into this. Just plug it to there, and then people who have bought after I did, who probably purchased the MK2 EON, I don't know, 2019, 2020, 2018, whatever time. And if you have like 3.0C and you want to update it to 3.0E, you have to do it this way. You put a SD card in, and then you open up the menu and do that booting up. But yeah, the video I was gonna, I was trying to clarify what I was talking about SD card booting. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show a little bit of a snippet of on a computer of how to load onto an SD card, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back to the GameCube of how to update it via the SD card. All right. Yeah, like I was saying before, you know, you just put your SD card into your PC and go ahead and open up a folder, download the 3.0E gc.dol. You want the .dol, not the bin, and then you just put it to the root of your SD card, and then you go ahead and you download the latest Swiss that they have to offer. You go ahead and you extract it, open up a folder, and go to the ISO, and then you just drop this over here in the same folder as your 3.0E .dol file, and then you just rename this one to boot. So that like when you plug into your modified GameCube, either via Action Replay or by GC Load or whatever, you know, and if you got Swiss, this shouldn't make sense to you if you have Swiss. You go ahead and do that, plug this into your modded GameCube, and it'll boot up, and then you just go ahead and select the .dol file and just go from the settings over there. I'm about to showcase a video of me doing that. So yeah, there's a little quick update or understanding of what I meant by via SD card. For anybody who is doing this, if anybody's just modding or updating their firmware on their EON MK II and they have the 2.0 version or something lower, you don't have to do this. You can just go ahead straight to the 3.0e bin file and install that. But if you have the MK2 EON that's like 3.0A or something like that, that's not the current version, you can do this without even opening up the MK2 at all. You can just do it via SD card, but it's pick or choose whatever you want to do. This is like a video just to help understand. Yeah, all right. So here's a video now of me trying to install 3.0e. The only way you can do that is having your MK2 EON GCHD higher than 3.0A or anything. It could be higher than 3.0. I'm trying to install an IR remote control setting because there's a hidden menu that will pop up only with an IR remote control. Here's the secret menu. There's a little button on the back of the EON MK2 that shows that. And you can see it says update firmware. You can actually now install any firmware via SD card. So I'm going to go ahead and install the 3.0e onto the 3.0c version that I have on the MK2. As you can see, I'm going to About, and I'm trying to update the firmware right here. So something interesting happens. You can see it says hold X and Y on your gamepad, or push OK on the IR remote. The version I have installed in MK2 at this moment is the 3.0c, and I'm trying to get the 3.0e. And for the life of me, I'm like trying to press all the buttons. I thought I had installed the IR remote controller to link up with my GameCube adapter, HDMI adapter, the GCHD. But as you can see, nothing's going on. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what's going on at this moment. Yeah, to get to that secret menu, you have to press a button on the back of the MK2, on the back of the EON MK2 to activate to link up to an IR remote. It could be like your TV remote or anything like that. If you got like an aftermarket Radio Shack controller, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and I'm trying to like figure out why is it not going, why is it not, updating. It's just a simple process. But I was saying, what you have to do is you have to like go ahead and reinstall the remote control. I know it sounds weird because you already did it in the beginning to get to that menu in order to even update it, but you have to like re-click the button on the back of the GameCube adapter, the back of the MK2 EON. You have to like, and then look, you have to like do that again, and then you press all the buttons that it wants you to do for up, down, left, right, whatever, enter, and then as soon as that works, you press OK and it works again. So it's weird. You have to like double sync the remote control again, the IR controller. I don't really know why it does that. I said whatever, don't care, it's working. I tried using the X and Y controller on the GameCube, the buttons. It didn't work. I don't know why. So anyways, I'm waiting for it to restart, and it'll have the brand new firmware, the 3.0e on it. Now, like I said, this video is just to show it installed. If you try to use a SD card instead, to update it without soldering or anything like that. Yeah, and it's just a quick ending to showcase how to update this MK2. Hopefully this helps out people. I really want to help people out trying to update this firmware. If you don't mind, if you're trying to figure out any other things, like trying to understand more about updating the EON MK2, please put in the comments, comment somewhere that says, hey, I need help updating it. Hopefully it's to the best of my knowledge I can respond back and help you guys out. Yeah, like I said, there's not much videos about this updating the EON MK2, and hopefully I do a follow-up video if there's more updates, or maybe a better video showcasing helping out people with this GameCube adapter. Yeah, it's really good. I like it. I'm over here, I'm trying to figure out other settings, you can see. Yeah, and I really appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. If you guys like the video, give me a like. If you don't like it, give me a dislike. I have another channel with my friends. It's called One of the Boys. You can guys go ahead and check that out. I have an Instagram, and I also have Twitter. Yeah, go ahead and please subscribe, like and subscribe if you don't mind. It helps me make these videos. It helps me improve more on this. And yeah, if you If you guys have any questions, like I said, please put in the comments. Yeah, happy gaming, take it easy, and keep on collecting. Bye.